So hello again. I have so many things to say today, but I keep feeling like every time I try to make like a list or a coherent path, I kind of keep wandering off. I could talk about mental health and I could talk about stigma for hours because it's pretty much all I've ever known. Last year I made a video because I was so inspired by a friend of mine who was vlogging, who had come forward and told their story, and I thought, why am I always sitting in the dark, and why do I never want to tell people what I'm going through? And I would get so worried that if I ever spoke about what I was going through, everyone would see me differently. But I thought today I would tell you a bit of a story. I have generalized anxiety disorder. What that means is I live every day with a considerable amount of constant anxiety about everything, about big things, little things. And I started feeling like things weren't right, but I wasn't sure just what it was that didn't feel right. I tried speaking with someone who I trusted and someone who I thought would be able to help me. And I told them that I didn't feel right, that I didn't know how to feel happy anymore. And some days I just didn't want to live. And that person brushed it off. And they told me that everyone feels like that sometimes, and that it's not really a big deal. As you can imagine, that made talking to anyone after very, very difficult. Having somebody tell you that the feelings that you feel are not legitimate, it makes it pretty hard to go on. It makes it pretty hard to get up every morning knowing that they've basically told you that everything you're feeling is in your head and that it's not real. And what I needed was to be told that everything that I was feeling was real and that it was legitimate and that it was important. That was probably my first real brush with what it's like and what stigma is like. Because up until that point, I hadn't realized that that's how the world was going to react to me not feeling like what everyone says I should be feeling. I thought that everyone after that would tell me that it wasn't real and that everything I was feeling was in my head. And that was very scary. Everyone has mental health. The good, the bad, the ugly. Everyone has mental health. And whether you're having a bad day or you're really struggling, you deserve to be able to get help, and you deserve to be able to talk about it and talk to people you care about and not have things brushed off and not have people tell you that what you're feeling isn't real. We have to talk about these things. We have to talk about how language plays a role. We have to talk about how the things you say and how the phrases you use and the way you talk about things and the way you react to things, how all of that plays such a large role. People with mental illness, people like myself, we are people. We are real human beings who have lives and who have good days and laugh and cry with joy. We are just people making our way, just with a few little bumps in the road. Life is hard, life is scary, but I encourage you to talk about it. It doesn't have to be with us, it doesn't have to be with me, it doesn't have to be with anyone specific. If you ever have any troubles, anything you need to talk about, talk to a friend, talk to a family member, talk to professionals. Get the help you need. Because there's so much life to live, and everyone deserves to have every little bit of it.